What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Patriots Specialized. Man, this week is not going a whole lot better than last week did. As you know from the last episode, layer this week that because it's holiday week, Labor Day weekend this weekend, we got to be off the road by noon on Friday in Ohio. A lot of states are like that. Some states are different, but Ohio is where I'm going to end up being Friday morning, and we got to be off the road by noon. So I got a little bit of humping to do here. I got to go get this thing. Man, I'm hoping at least 5 hours off it tonight to have any shot at all of making it by noon on Friday. It's going to be tight. Going to be super tight. I probably might end up taking this thing to the shop and dropping it there and then taking a pickup truck home or something. Hopefully going to make it to the house or at least to the shop tomorrow by noon. Obviously, you guys know you got to be off the road on holiday weekends. You got to be off the road by 12 o'clock in a lot of states. Ohio is one of them where we're going to be. So I'm trying to get that done. I'm looking like I'm in good shape for it. One problem, I don't currently have an Ohio permit, so we're going to see what happens there. I'm going to get to Ohio.
We ride across these plains and prairies, rocky mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, steel horses side by side. It's more than just a living, y'all. Hell, it's our way of life. We're the last of the cowboys.
As you know from the last episode where I wasn't covering the truck anyways, we were fighting to make it home by Friday with an oversized load because of the holiday weekend. We were fighting to make it home by noon on Friday. We in fact did not make it by noon, and somehow or the other, I wanted to talk about this for a minute. Sometimes we get in positions where we are kind of forced to make decisions that we don't want to make these decisions, and it's not a choice that we like to make, but sometimes we have to make them. And Friday was one of those cases where I was en route on my way to home, and 12 o'clock hit, and I was still about an hour from our shop. And I thought, you know, the best chance, the safest place, see, there's nowhere to park. This unit is worth a lot of money, and it's one of a kind, well, one of three anyways. And it's not something I just want to leave at a truck stop somewhere parked for an extended period of time. So I needed to be a safe place to park this thing where not only my truck was safe, but also the cargo was safe. And a truck stop is not that place. No matter where you go, a truck stop is not something that, you know, staying there overnight, that's one thing when you're in the truck, but if you leave it there for an extended period of time, there's the likelihood of something happening to it goes way up. So I didn't really want to leave it in a truck stop. Not appropriate, I don't think, for my customer or myself or my company. So I made the choice to try to run a little bit after curfew and try to get to a safe location to park this thing. And in fact, I did make it. I don't know how. All I can say is, like, I need to thank God, and God took care of me a couple times. Number one, I was coming into Ohio. I didn't have a permit yet. And I was talking to my permit department, and I'm like, where is this permit? Like, what are we doing? And they were like, I don't know. It was like 2 days. You know, Ohio never takes that long to issue a permit. And I was literally looking at the Welcome Ohio. In my mind, at this point, I am already parked at the first exit inside Ohio. There's an oversized parking area there, and I was already parked there waiting on a permit. And I'm like, man, I don't have time for this today. Like, I'm trying to get off the road by noon. Like, I don't have time. I'm like, Lord, please, like, just help me out here. Like, I need a little bit of help. I need a little bit of grace. And sure as all could be, I was coming up to the bridge and I saw the Welcome to Ohio sign. I knew that's the route. It's always the route they sent us on, so I knew where I was going. I'm looking at the Welcome to Ohio sign, and my phone goes ding, and there was my permit. So thank God for taking care of me on Friday also then, and he took care of me on the scale as well. The Ohio scale on 71 is known for not picking on oversized necessarily, but when you're overweight, they like to stop you on the scale, weigh each axle, and then have you come around back, bring your permit inside, and make sure your axles match those weights. They didn't do that to me either. They just rolled me across and kept me going. So the Lord was taking care of me there too. And then I got into this curfew situation where I was forced to run for a little bit after curfew, and it turned out it was about 45 minutes or so. And he took care of me there too, because believe it or not, in that short of a time period in Ohio, welcome to Ohio, everybody, I saw 11 state troopers, 2 of which were DOT officers, and all of them left me alone. I'm hoping that I'm thinking that maybe there's some sort of grace period when you're on the highway. They'll give you a little bit extra time to get somewhere and get off the road. But they didn't mess with me. They left me alone. We made it there safely, got this thing parked safely. So now, I trucked up to Champlain, New York yesterday right to the border. There's a truck stop literally looking at the customs, the border crossing. I stayed at that truck stop last night. I did not have clearance, or I didn't know I had clearance. I did not have clearance to cross. You never want to approach the border with a commercial vehicle. You never want to approach the border until you know you have clearance. It will clog up the whole situation, and they really, really get grumpy. If you're sitting there clogging them up because you didn't do something you were supposed to, they really get grumpy about that. So it's not something you want to do. So I sat at the truck stop this morning. I called my department that handles our border crossing, our customs stuff, and they said, yeah, we got the email, you're good to go. So I said, okay. So I crossed the border, or approach the border, and I get to the booth, and the guy says, nah, something's missing. Something ain't right here. You're missing your transaction number. And I said, okay, what do I do? And he said, just pull over here into the customs lot and then get it all figured out. You can use the phone, whatever, right there. Get it all figured out, and then come back inside and we'll clear you to go. And I said, okay. So that was at 9 o'clock this morning. I've been up and ready to go since about 6. And this was at 9 o'clock this morning. It is now noon. We have now found 2 different things that were a problem, and we're trying to work out the second one now. First one was they said they didn't get paid. Craziness. The company that is importing this has a credit set up with them. There's no reason why there shouldn't have been paid. They should have just used their credit, and that'd have been it. But they got that figured out, and I went back inside. They called me and said, yeah, you're good to go. I went back inside, and they said, nope, not good to go. It has nothing to do with payment. It has something to do with something else. So what it turns out now is we are sitting here because the VIN number on this unit, because it's literally, there's only 3 made. This VIN number on this truck is very short. It's only a 4-digit number, and the customs office is like, nope, should be longer. So I am literally sitting here because they're questioning how long the VIN number is. And they're working on it now. I guess the broker is working on getting that all figured out and try to prove to them that there really is only a 4-digit VIN number to this unit. So hopefully they'll get that figured out. It is 12 o'clock now. I'm 2.5 hours away from my delivery. Obviously I can't book anything because I have no idea when I'll be able to load. So here I sit. We did this morning while I was waiting at the truck stop. One of the things you'll find out if you're pulling over dimensional into Canada, depending on what province you're going to, all of them except Quebec they accept the same oversized signs that we use in America. The yellow signs with the oversized black lettering, 18-inch, whatever, that whole gibberish. All of the provinces except Quebec accept that as one of their as an oversized sign. You could run both countries with the same signs. Now Quebec, a little bit different, and that's where I'm coming into. I'm crossing over from Champlain right into Quebec. These guys are a little bit different. They want you to have the Canadian oversized signs. I guess it's Canadian. Maybe it's French. Given that it's only going into Quebec, but it's a white sign with red stripes, so the D in the middle. I did get that switched out this morning right there at the truck stop. Since I was only a half a mile, 3/4 a mile away from the border, I just went ahead and switched everything over there, rolled up here, and that's when I got into this nightmare. So we're gonna see how long this takes to get me cleared across the border. Hopefully, the good part is this customs office is 24 hours. And my customer is waiting on me up there. They're already there. So we're going to see what happens here, see when I get clearance, and hopefully it'll be sometime today, and I can, I've kind of wrote today off as being it's a done deal. Like there's nothing I can do here. I'm going to have to get this thing delivered, get back in the United States. I do have my empty manifest to come back in, so I'm not even going to try to pick anything up here in Canada. I'm just going to roll back across empty, and I'll probably grab that same truck stop or the next one down and try to get a load booked, something for tomorrow. So this is such is life. Here we go. This is trucking right here. Talk to y'all in a minute. I hope, hopefully, next time I see you, next time you talk to me, or next film you see is going to be me at delivery taking this thing off the trailer. I hope. We'll see what happens. Like half the people on that road back there, they were all like diving off to the side. I'm like, dude, it's not really that big. Come on now. What's up, everybody? Made it to delivery. Picked this thing up. You guys didn't even see this one yet. We picked it up in Sadlersville, Maryland yesterday. I actually bounced out of Canada to go get this thing. This is what we got. FLX 3300 case. This thing is called a Terragator. I love that name, Terragator. I could say that shit all day long. Anyways, we are here in delivery in, you say it Manawa, Ohio, but it's actually spelled Mantua. So we are finally made it here. This was a little bit of an event getting in here, some tight roads, but we're here. We're gonna get this thing taken off. Only weighs 35,000 pounds. All I did was 2 chains, 4 binders. Did them just like I always do, straight across, binder on each side. 11,000 pounds worth of securement per chain. And we only need 17.5, so we're gonna get this thing unloaded. These guys are ready to go. They're super excited about the YouTube channel, so we're gonna get this thing unloaded and try to get down and get that truck chassis right now. So here we go. You know what, dude? I'm not gonna turn down any help. Come on now. Hell no, man. Van trailer. Hey, them brakes are gonna pop back there. Boys here when you load it. What's that? Boys there when you load it up and everything? The one guy. Yeah. Super nice guy. Yeah, they were great when I took them down. Yeah, super nice guy. It should be ready to go.
I don't think you ever even ran an excavator or dozer across it.
I have not yet. I have not yet.
Turn this thing off. You're running it. No time.
I love that it's called a Terragator. That's awesome.
The best way to learn how to something operate is drive on the trailer. Yeah.
I get that on the YouTube channel. I get that question a lot. Like, how do you know how to run this stuff? I'm like, I don't. Just get in there and play with shit.
Okay. Sometimes your ass fucks a little bit, sometimes you go, I got this.
Eventually you figure it out.
definitely will.
Yeah.
Watch, you write me down your phone.
Well, that's that. We are on to the next one. We're gonna run down here to New Philadelphia. We are gonna pick up a truck chassis, go to Coatesville, get us out there to the Bradley. We gotta go to Anniston next week. So let's do this.